Our research attempted to evaluate whether priming participants with positive facial expressions or negative facial expressions would impact the participants' perception of people described in paragraph that they read after the priming. So we had three conditions: positive, negative, and neutral. We primed them with 10 pictures in each conditions of positive, negative, or neutral facial expressions, and then after which they were asked to read a series of paragraphs and rate each person described in the paragraph on a Likert scale. Some background information that led us to this research design was priming individuals with positive or negative words is correlated with positive and negative impression formation, as well as positive or negative priming regarding mental health is related to positive, negative, or negative impression of those who have schizophrenia. Our research question really was, does priming participants with different photographs prior to a description of an individual impact the participant's perception of the individual traits? We hypothesized that priming participants with negative photos would cause participants to rate the person more negatively in the paragraph. Priming participants with positive photos would cause the participant to rate the person more positively described in the paragraph. And then those that were primed with neutral would have no impact either way on their impression of the paragraph, a person in the paragraph. However, because we only received a limited number of responses, we couldn't extrapolate these to an actual conclusion.
For the method of our experiment, we placed our participants into three conditions: those that received a neutral priming stimulus, those that received a negative priming stimulus, and those that received a positive priming stimulus. The participants were randomly assigned by the Qualtrics software. Participants were then asked to read a paragraph written by the research team describing an individual and to rate them on a Likert scale ranging from scores of 1 to 5, with 1 being the least representative and 5 being the most representative. They were asked to rate these individuals based on 7 traits, which were compassionate, friendly, honest, hardworking, ruthless, selfish, and intelligent. So for the results of our experiment, we took the average score based on the Likert scale responses, and the mean for the positive condition was 85, the mean for the negative condition was 79, and the mean for the neutral condition was 80.67. We then conducted a one-way between subjects ANOVA on the three conditions, which were the positive priming condition, negative priming condition, and neutral priming condition. We were not able to find a significant difference between the three conditions.
This study sought to expand on the impact of priming on impression formation. Prior research conducted on priming with positive and negative words have shown to have a significant effect of a individual's perception of another person. So we sought to expand this to images. This previous research was conducted by Bauman back in 1975, and it had also been expanded to people's perceptions of schizophrenic patients at the time, and they did find a significant effect. Our study failed to find a significant difference between our three conditions, being the positive, negative, and neutral. And there may have been many factors that affected this. Firstly, is we did not have as many participants as we anticipated, as we only had 11. And out of those, they were not divided evenly, wherein we only had 3 in the negative, 5 in the positive, and 3 to the neutral condition. So that was, sampling was an issue, and on top of that, we did not have enough participants. Another issue that we may address if the study is conducted in the future is making sure that each image is classified, that we use to prime, and that each image is classified as either a positive, neutral, or a negative image. So that could be some future steps that we could take. So coming to a conclusion, this study does still have potential, and I'll be cautious on ruling out that priming with images has no effect at all. So I would consider maybe expanding a sample size before we rule out the study completely.